morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome ang ating Honorable Secretary of National Defense, Walter Gasmin, si Yusek Fernando Manalo, and ang representative po ng Chief of Staff ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, si General de Gatatuta. Good morning po, sir. Welcome po sa ating Weekly Defense Forum. Meron po kayong nais na ipahayag sa ating mga miyembro at opisyales ng Defense Press Corps.
Well, unang-una, welcome dito sa ating EDSA Lounge. Siguro, kakaunti po sa inyo nakapasok dito. This was inaugurated last year. At yung mga participants ng EDSA People Power nandito nung araw na yun. Kumpleto. Si Senator Enrile was here. Ex-President, former President Ramos was here. Senator Honasan was here. Shipping for Mentos Victory is there. President Aquino was here. So, welcome to the actually, tinawag na namin itong museum. Yung mga relics ng mga participants ng People Power. It's ready for question.
First question from Victor Malaya.
That's that we were supposed to sign by July 31.
100. Actually, I didn't say 132. I said 138.
32.
Naging 140 pa yun because of the inclusion of the frigate and medium lift aircraft. Of the 140, we have accomplished 60%. Well, they are in the various stages of acquisition. Kaya lang, yung natitira, hindi natin magalaw pa, all because we're waiting for the approval of the modernization law. It has passed the third reading in the House of Representatives. Kulang na lang yung magsasama sila sa bicameral to trace out the differences between the House version and the Senate version.
Sir, is that signed already, yung contract, sir? Or ano pa rin? Preparations pa rin for that?
Tuloy-tuloy na ito. They are in the various stages. Ibig sabihin, gumagalaw na. Tuloy-tuloy na yan. Yung iba, we have to wait for the modernization law.
How many percent na po ang nasabing?
About 60%. Sinabi ko naman nung isa, being optimistic by 31 July, no? Because we were hoping the modernization law will be passed within July. No? Hindi. So, ang worst case scenario natin is November. No? But hindi na abot ng November to because it has passed the third reading already. So, bakit kami na lang susunod? Madali na ito.
Hindi ba magbabago ang video ng budget natin considering na yung pong dollars is a dollar and hindi stable na ating panahon?
Actually, may mga project tayo. For example, yung attack helicopter na bibili natin sa Eurocopter. When we determine the budget for the acquisition of 10 attack helicopter, it was based on a euro to peso exchange rate of about 56. We expect that since the contract will be signed and approved by the Secretary within the year, and the delivery probably before the first delivery before the end of the year, we expect that we will be able to save based on our projected euro to peso exchange rate. Medyo nagka-appreciate yung ating peso at pag i-translate mo yan into savings, malaki-laki yung ating masisave.
Ano po yung mga equipment to 50%?
Ano sasabi ninyo? Ano po yun?
Yung,
Yung 50%? Yung sinasabi niya hindi na 60%.
okay, yung kasing ating implementation na ito ay dumadaan dun sa 4 na stages. Meron tayong yung first stage niyan, yung first pass, second pass, then yung procurement stage, at saka yung contract formulation and approval before the production and delivery. Mayroon tayong 41 projects na nandun na siya sa stage 2. In other words, pag nasa stage 2, ibig sabihin noon, 34% siya completed na. Meron tayong 40 projects na nasa stage 3. Ibig sabihin noon, 66% siya completed na. And then meron tayong 59 projects na nasa stage 4 na if we are going to translate it, 71% siya completed na. In other words, as the project moves from one stage to another, nag-i-increase yung percentage completion. That is how we make an assessment on how we implement the project. Pag tinignan mo yung average ng 140, lumalabas na we are 60% completed. Pag tinranslate mo ito into the number of projects na pwede natin sabihin tapos na, then 60% of 140. Pero actually, hindi pa yan science of food. Meaning, we just want to translate in terms of gano'n kalayo kayo doon sa inyong objective na 140 signed na po by the Secretary.
Well, translate mo yung 60%, 84 projects yun.
Okay.
Ano itong 84 projects na ito, sir? Ano yung kinabibilangan ng 84 projects na yan?
Hindi natin masasabi na 84 projects tapos na. Tama si Secretary. Pag tinranslate mo yung 60% of 140, 84. Pero pinakamagandang basihan dyan is ano yung mga project na nasa stage 2, ano yung mga project na nasa stage 3, at ano yung mga project na nasa stage 4. Para maliwanag na isa-isahin man natin yung 140, masasabi natin na nandun yan.
So, 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4.
So, pwede mo natin mabanggit kung ano yung 2, 3, and 4 projects.
Well, 140 yan, baka we can provide a copy of
Stage 4 na lang. Mas malapit lang.
Okay, yung isang malaki, yung attack helicopter, that is worth 3.2 billion pesos. Kung tama mo, ang pakibalite, 3.2 billion yata ang... that is 10 attack helicopter. The status of the 10 attack helicopters na ating bibilhin sa France, sa helicopter, ongoing yung negotiation. Yesterday, Assistant Secretary Velez engaged the Government Policy and Procurement Board. So it is a requirement of the law that contract above 500 million must have the approval of the President and the Government Policy Board. But as per the report of Assistant Secretary Velez, the Government Policy and Procurement Board appreciated our position that we negotiate for the acquisition of the attack helicopter. Kasi ang major consideration doon is the attack helicopter brand new is already available. So when yung status niya, we are negotiating. Once we agreed on the terms and conditions of the negotiation, we will recommend to the Secretary for the approval of the contract. And then in the contract, there will already be dates of we expect that if the contract will be signed, let's say, reported demand, then we expect the first delivery of that from 2 to 4 within the year. So that's the status of the attack helicopter. Okay. The 21 UH-1 helicopter that we are acquiring also at the cost of 1.2 billion pesos. We have already started the negotiation, but we are trying to convince, because the amount is more than 500, and it is also required to have the approval of the government policy in procurement board. And in all honesty, it is where we have some kind of problem as far as convincing the government policy in procurement board to provide us the authority to go on a direct negotiation, kasi nga emergency yung nature ng acquisition. But hopefully, once we get the go signal from the government policy and procurement board, we expect the delivery of the entire 21 helicopters within the year. Especially if the contract will be signed before the end of August, then we can assure that our people that there will be 21 helicopters available before the end of the year.
Follow-up question, Alexis Romero.
You said, bukod sa H1 and sa attack and capture, ano po yung mga nakakatagal sa 100 ayun sa stage 4 doon?
Yes, may dalawa tayong MPAC na ini-expect ang delivery within August.
Ang MPAC ay yung multi-purpose assault craft. We also expect the delivery of 4 Stockholms this November.
How much po yun yung multi-purpose assault?
Di ba yung first focus part siya ng
And how
1
many?
Yung 4 meron na tayo, di ba?
Okay, next question from Rene Acosta, please.
Good morning, Secretary. Where are we going to source out this UH-1H and these 2 MPACs, including the frigate that we're going to purchase?
Where?
Yes, sir. Kanino pa natin kukunin? Saan natin kukunin?
Yung MPAC, local manufacturer. Brockneck. Yung frigates, tinitingnan natin yung Italian version. Yung Maestrale.
Magkano ka na lang, sir? Yung frigate?
Yung frigate, yung dalawang yan, aabot ng 11.7 billion.
Tapos yung local manufacturer natin ng MPAC.
Ibigay na lang mamaya.
Brand new po ba itong frigate?
Yung frigate, no, use, operational ito. Ito ginagamit ng Italian Navy. At ibababa sa, aayusin ito para i-zero time. Parang pina-overhaul mo, babalik mo sa 0 time. Para pag nakuha mo, parang bago.
Refurbish.
pesos po yun.
Yes.
Yes, 11.7 pesos.
Rene?
Sir, yung frigate na kukunin natin, wala po ba yung listahan sa US? Kasi, di ba, nagsubmit na po tayo ng mga list na kailangan natin sa US. And wala po bang darating or...
Yung sa US, inaantay natin yung dadating ng pangalawang cutter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yung...
Dallas.
Dallas. Ano pangalan? Alcaraz.
Sir, yung frigate, will that be the biggest or most potent vessel for the Navy so far that we're going to acquire?
Yes.
Wala po bang lalaki dyan?
Yes. Tsaka potent, tama yung sabi mo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of all these contracts, sir, how will this help our defense in the West Philippines?
Well, makakatulong ng maigi yan kasi binibigyan tayo ng napakagandang defense posture. No?
So,
Magagamit natin to, sir, sa mga anti-terrorist parades pa po ang mga pirasan natin.
Yes, magagamit natin sa pagwardya, sa anti-terrorism, enforcement ng maritime laws.
May binabanggit yung US Department tungkol dito sa mga terrorist na nagipano sa ating hindi sa Mindanao. Naging nag-resort na sa mga kidnapping. Ginagamit nila yung itong backdoor natin, itong mga terrorist na sa area. So, paano natin ito mapipigil, sir?
Alam mo, kagagaling ko lang sa konferensya ngayon. Meron kami konferensya with the PNP. PNP and the this is the Joint Security Police Joint Police Security Coordinating Committee. So that nagko-coordinate yung police at saka yung military in its operation. Because we feel that we see that law enforcement and security complements each other. Ngayon, where we are very strong, makikita mo yung lawlessness, mahina. But kung hindi maganda ang collaboration at cooperation ng dalawa, malakas ang pagkaban.
Pero mukhang mas malalakas yung gamit dito, sir. Like for instance, kung nangyayari dyan sa Mindanao.
Kaya nga meron tayong modernization projects para to address all these issues.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, makiki-update ko sana kami dun sa, yung sa live-in attack. Ano pong update natin?
Hindi.
But we have submitted to the president the proposal to consider the TPP of South Korea, and it is in the process of evaluating. We are also looking at other options for the team. But to be specific, based on our assessment, it is the TPP of South Korea that is most advantageous to us, in consideration to the obtaining situation in the West Philippine Sea and what is affordable to us. It is budget and capability.
Sir, na-mention niyo po, Secretary, last time sa anniversary ng Air Force na they may be delivered within 2 years. Can we read that?
Yes, that's still the target because we have been engaging the company and for as long as the contract will be signed before the year, then the target of 2 years delivery period is still doable.
Nangyayari yan, yung pag na-approve na yung kontrata, we will negotiate so that we get the 2 immediately for training. So that pagdating nung the rest, nung 10, ay trained na yung ating mga pilots. Kasi in the process of manufacture pa yan. Pero meron sila in the pipeline, which is for their armed forces. We will ask for the 2 to be used as trainers.
In addition to that, itong lead-in fighter kasi, isa ito sa mga project na dependent on the approval of the modernization law. Because the budget that will be used to pay for this defense materials will be coming from the budget that Congress will appropriate from 2013 to 2017. Because in the modernization law, we are proposing that at least 75 billion pesos will be allocated to the Department of National Defense for the first 5 years of the implementation and modernization law. And so without the law, we cannot implement the acquisition of this fighter leading aircraft kasi walang budget.
Sir, So hindi pa siya kasama dun sa 60% na nasa stage 2, 3, and 4.
Actually, kasama siya to kasi ang guidance naman sa atin, the law, allow us to go on the process of implementation short of award. Without the budget, the secretary cannot sign any contract. But we can already go through the process of making the evaluation, determining what is best for us. And when the budget is made available to us, the secretary can already sign the contract. That's part of the process that is allowed by law.
Okay, tapos na issue na yan. Sir?
Last slide.
Okay, go ahead. Ayun.
Sir, may suggestion si Senator Recto na bakit hindi daw tayo mag-produce sa sarili natin weapons, any thoughts on that?
Well, nakita na naman nyo, yung EMPA, local na yan, no? Yung ibang pang atin, so that shipbuilding addresses the issue of Senator Recto. And we will go into that as soon as ma-solve na muna natin itong initial problem.
And is that much cheaper than sa on your end?
Well, it will be much cheaper because there will be contribution for the local economy. Dahil magkakaroon tayo ng taxes, magkakaroon tayo ng job generation.
Alright.
Sir, last dun sa frigate, sir. Sir, kailan kaya yung projected na dating ng dalawang frigate from Italy? And how do we compare that, or yung capability? Will it have the same capability na like yung kinuha natin sa US na dalawang cutter?
Because ito frigate, ito ay barko de guerra ito. Ito yung may anti-air, may subsurface, meron siyang anti-submarine. Panggera talaga ito na itong makukuha natin. Ngayon, ito mo kailan, once na-approve ito at yung kontrata gumalaw na, it will be 9 months after January. So, mga November of next year, we get
Thank you, sir.
Kahit na hindi pa pasa yung law, siyempre, papasa mo na yung law, sir.
dati yung law. Dati yung law.
Okay, tapos na tayo sa issue na yan.
Isa na lang, Manang Bing.
May isa pa?
Secretary, with all these line modernization programs and acquisitions for the military, satisfied na po ba kayo? At nasaan level po yung military posturing natin once all these things are delivered compared to our neighbors?
Sagutin ka ng plans.
Magandang tanong. Nais kong sagutin niya na ang ginagawa natin ngayon ay malaking dagdag sa kakayahan ng ating tupong sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. At of course, ang ating pagpapalakas ay sinasalantalang natin ang estratehiya at ang nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. Kung masasabi niyo na ito ay tapos na ba at tama na, ang sagot dyan ay ito ay work in progress, continuing improvement ito, at ito ay dapat na pagtuunan ng pansin ng susunod pang mga henerasyon ng mga magiging pinuno ng ating sandatahang lakas ng Department of National Defense.
Ibig sabihin po niya, kontento ang process sa suporta natin po.
Ay, kung aking sasabihin bilang sa aking experience sa pagiging isang kawal, ay kontento ako sa suporta binibigay ng ating Pangulo. Lalong-lalo na kung ating ihahalin tulad sa ating natanggap ng mga nakaraan na meron tayong modernization law na tatalaga ng more than 300 billion sa loob ng 15 taon. At ang ating nakamit doon. At sa pamumuno ng ating mahal na Pangulo na nakakadalawang taon pa lamang ay nakapag-ambag na ng mahigit kasing halaga ng ating natanggap sa loob ng 15 taon. At patuloy niyang pinagsisikap na masapatan pa ito sa pagpapasa ng patas para sa modernization for the next 5 years.
Sir? Benji? Go ahead, Benji.
Sir, maganda yung project natin dito sa modernization. Pero paano natin malalaman yung transparency? Alam naman natin yung mga nagdaang panahon, ito naging problema. Right now, sinasabi ng Pangulo, tuwid na daan, malaking pera pinag-uusapan natin dito. We're talking about billions. So, paano natin magagaranti sa tao, sa tayong assurance sa tao, yung transparency?
Okay. Ang una-una is, mayroon tayong bagong system, mayroon tayong different system of management that will really show you how transparent and how accountable the officers working on this. And of course, yung ang promise namin dito at laging binabagit ng ating kalihim na not a single centavo will be lost in corruption. Ito lang pagtawag namin sa inyo upang ipaliwanag kung ano na ang nangyayari. Hindi pa sapat na halimbawa na talagang transparent at open at kami inyong ginigisan kung ano ba ang ating nakamit pamula nung Enero na tayo nagsama-sama dito sa the same venue tungkol sa paglunsad ng defense acquisition system. Ang bukod dyan ay marahil ay makikita ninyo na lahat ay involved, even the private sector, not only the media, even the NGOs are involved in this process, and we are not hiding anything from anybody. That's the difference between the way we do things in the past. And ang sinasabi ko lang, hindi ba napapansin, sa pamumuna at pamumuno ng ating kalihim, ay inilalahad sa inyo at sa ating taong bayan kung ano na ang nangyayari. 90 million pala yung isang PEMPA. 90 million pesos.
Last three question, Mr. Alex Santos, ABS-CBN.
Sir, idadagdag ko lang doon sa sinabi ni J5, parte doon sa transparency. Doon sa procurement stage at saka doon sa contract formulation, palagi namin sinisigurado na yung mga taga-coalition o ng government option ay nandoon at saka yung civil society. Palagi namin iniimbita yan at kasama sila ang bantay ng ating sambayan ng Pilipino dito sa implementation ng modernization ng ating sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. Mayroong bantay tayo dito. Dalawa yung ating palagi ng nakabantay at tinitingnan kung paano natin pinapatupad yung ating position.
How many representatives?
Ang dalawa ang palaging nagpapalitan dito sa procurement stage. Pati yung media ay iniimbita namin na every time magkakaroon ng meeting yung Beijing Awards Committee.
Ayun, doon yun sa bidding yung kanya, no? Yung sa amin naman, dito sa discussion kung ano ang tamang equipment na bibilin. So nagsasama-sama yung defense officials at saka yung AFP senior officers. Aside from these people, nandyan yung observers coming from the different branch of services. So, nandiyan yung Army, Navy, Air Force, pati civilian employee na nanonood doon sa prosesong ginagawa. Every time there is a meeting of the senior leaders, we call it the senior leaders roundtable discussion. Pinag-uusapan yung modernization.
Okay. Back to you, Mr. Alex Santos.
Ano bang paraan ng bidding mo to? Is it the public bidding or government-to-government mo?
Depende, but a good number of the projects which are big ticket items are government to government.
Sir, pangalawang tanong po sir, with this acquisition of modern mga projects na sinasabi ko ninyo for our AFP, meron po bang katumbas na, dahil mga high-tech na po yan, modern na po yan, capable po ba yung mga tao natin na gumamit na? Baka naman kulang sa training, walang, hindi naman nila alam paano gamitin yan, sayang rin.
Kasama sa ating package yan, sapagkat alam naman natin ang isang pinakamahalagang component ng ating iginagawa ay ang ating kawal. Ito ay ang ating mga kasundaluhan. the officers, men and women of the armed forces. And I can assure you na binibigyan ng pansin yan at sila ay well-trained at ating pakikinabangan kung ano man ang ating bibilin at yan ay hindi masasayang at magagamit sa intended purpose.
Thank you, sir. Mabibigay kong halimbawa, yung sa Hamilton natin, yung cutter. Habang inaayos yung Hamilton, nagpadala na tayo ng tao doon to train. At sila ang nagdala nun dito nung BRP Del Pilar. Ganon din yung Alcaraz. At doon na yung mga tao natin nag-train. So that pag natapos yung pagpalit ng engine, ma-refurbish na lahat, sila magdadala rito. Thank you, sir. Okay, Rene, last 2 questions.
Obligation agreement.
Part ng ating, doon sa 75 billion na ating hinihingi sa Kongreso, ang ating inaasahan dyan ay bibigyan tayo ng commitment ng ating pamahalaan upang ang implementasyon ay magawa natin ng mabilisan. Ibig sabihin noon, matapos na aprubahan ng Kongreso yung batas at yung pagtatalaga ng 75 billion pesos para sa modernization, babalik tayo sa Department of Budget and Management para humingi ng multi-year obligational authority. Ito yung tinatawag na the government will commit itself that the equipment that we are going to procure for the modernization of our armed forces will be paid within a period of 5 years. So the answer is yes, pati ito ng ating multi-year obligational authority na hinihingi.
Follow up, sir. So for every contract, pag pumasok po tayo sa MUAI, 5 years yung maximum.
But we have to consult the expertise of the Department of Finance. Kasi maraming modalities ang pwedeng gawin yan. Ang nakakaalam, pagdating na dito sa multi-year payment, we will secure the assistance of the Department of Finance. Sila ang magsasabi sa atin, saan bangko tayo pwedeng umutang na makakapagbigay ng mas mababang interest rates. So that maliit lang yung ating ipapatong doon sa kapital na ating ilalagay.
Alright, sir, pakabot na lang namin yung situation ng panatalisyon sapagkat balita namin tungkol sa mga Chinese loan. Ano ang latest report na tinanggap natin dito sa panatalisyon?
This morning, wala pa akong nakukuha ang report, no? But as far as I know, there are 2 ships na nandun, yung isang flag at isang CLS. Yung mga fishing vessels ay wala na. Ang nakikita nung the last time na report sa akin ng Coast Guard, meron pang nilagay ng mga alit doon sa entrance ng shoal. But as of yesterday and today, wala pang report. Alam naman yun, masama ng panahon, hindi makalipad yung ating islander.
So wala rin tayong mga suspended doon?
Wala as of now.
Wala reporters na bumalik after the...
Wala pa.
Sir, any comments sa military garrison sa China, sir? Any comments on that?
Ano po?
Yung ng base sa
well, that will be best addressed by the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Sir, any update, sir, sa situation ng Jordanian journalist sa Kayatiani? Meron pa kayong reported?
Wala pagbabago. So far, libre yung Jordania na gumalaw at hindi pa naman kinukonsider ng Crisis Management Committee ng province of Sulu na ito ay nakidata. So, that will start yung pursuit operation kung meron ng report na gano'n. As of now, nasabi ng Juan na hindi ito kita. Kasi he's free to move around.
Mayroong go signal siya makipag-usap sa lahat ng mga tao. Well, last question, madam.
Sir, galing po kayo ng Mindanao, Basilan nung Friday with Chief of Staff regarding dun sa encounter sa Basilan wherein namatayan nga tayo ng mga tropa doon. So there are intelligence reports coming out na may mga nakasagupa sila mga MILF doon. And we know that there's an existing peace talks with the government, sir. Ano po yung mga reports na tatanggap niyo?
Pero ang nangyari nito, nung nagkaroon ng encounter, even before the encounter, nasabihan yung MILF ni Asnawit, yung nasa Albarca, na ito ay operation ng military against si Abu Sayyaf, na huwag silang papasok sa loob. Pumayag siya, hindi sila gumalaw. Pero nung masabi na itong naka-coordinate na ito, yung isang MILF nasa loob na. So, napasama yung MILF. Kasi yung problema dyan, yung Abu Sayyaf at saka MILF, magkakatugo. Minsan magkakamag-anak, magkakapatid. Isa MI, isa Abu Sayyaf. Ganun lang nangyari. So, dun sa side ng Alaban, 3 doon ang namatay na Asnawi ang apelyido. Ito yung kapatid ni Asnawi na ito yung nakalaban sa Albarca, at saka yung kanyang anak, at saka yung isang pinsan.
May elevate na to sa CCH, sir, considering na...
Nag-file tayo ng protest. Pinadala natin yung letter of protest natin because of the involvement of one MILF commander.
Final ito.
Sir, reaction lang po dun sa US country report tungkol sa terrorism na sinasabing pwede daw maging hub ng weapons of mass destruction ng Mindanao by using the backdoor.
Kaya nga natin ina-address yung ating modernization. So, sa ganun, mabantayan natin ang ating paligid. No? At yung aking nabanggit kaninang meeting with the PNP, yung strong collaboration, joint operations with the PNP and the AFP so that yung law enforcement and security comes together.
Great.
Sir, about yung sinabi ni Sir kanina, sir, na may tali doon sa entrance ng Scarborough. Do we plan to remove that, sir, yung tali na?
Hindi pa natin alam yung gagawin natin doon right now. Because, number one, napakasama pa ng panahon, hindi tayo makaabot doon. We will let you know as soon as we get the decision.
Sir, is it safe to assume, sir, na yung mga incheck yung naglagay yung tali na yun?
Well, it is assumed. Hindi naman tayo naglagay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, how do you find that, sir? Na tinalian nila yung entrance.
Ano?
How do you find that, sir?
Para hindi ka makapasok sa loob ng shore.
Reported by Coast Guard? Report sa inyo ng Coast Guard, sir?
That was reported, yes.
I mean, sir, anong reaction nyo doon na atin yung tinalian nila? Parang sinarado.
Ay talagang pinimplement tayo pumasok. Siguro to all because kiniklaim nila kanila. O kiniklaim naman natin atin. So kinakailangan mag-usap upang sa gano'n magbigay kalutasan ng problema ito. So tuloy-tuloy ang ating pagkikipag-usap. As agreed upon with the Minister of Defense of China, si Liang Guangli. Nung nagkita kami sa Cambodia, nag-usap kami, pinag-usapan namin na let us keep the lines of communication open.
Okay, thank you, sir. Baka last party words po.
Maraming salamat sa ganitong pagkakataon. Maganda yung ganitong opportunity for us to be able to tell you what we're doing here in the department and what our projections will be for the armed forces and in keeping our mandate of protecting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.